the dramatic and sudden arrest of Imran Khan by paramilitary forces, who broke down a window to get to him while he was in court to face corruption charges. It was a scene of chaos and violence at the Islamabad High Court on Tuesday, May 9, 2023. Former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan, who was ousted last year in a controversial move by the powerful military, was there to submit his biometric data for a court appearance. He was facing multiple charges of corruption brought by the National Accountability Bureau, the country's anti-corruption agency. But before he could enter the courtroom, paramilitary troops stormed the building and smashed their way into the courthouse. They broke down a window and grabbed Khan, who watched impassively with dark sunglasses on. A video captured by his party Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf showed the moment of his arrest, as he was dragged away by the armed men. The arrest sparked outrage and protests across Pakistan, where Khan is still popular among many people who see him as a champion of democracy and reform. His supporters clashed with police and security forces in several cities, throwing stones and burning vehicles. In Quetta, a Khan supporter was shot dead by police when he tried to charge towards a military checkpoint. Khan's arrest is the latest chapter in months of ongoing political turmoil in the nuclear-armed nation. He was removed from power last year after he accused the army chief of orchestrating his ouster and trying to kill him. The army denied the allegations and said Khan was making inflammatory statements that could push the country towards civil war. Khan has vowed to fight the corruption charges against him and challenge his arrest in court. He says he is being persecuted for speaking out against the military's interference in politics and its human rights violations. He says he is not afraid of death and will not give up his struggle for justice and democracy. The arrest of Imran Khan sparked a wave of political turmoil and mass protests across Pakistan. His supporters took to the streets and villages, demanding his release and calling for early elections. They clashed with the police and the army, who used tear gas, batons, and bullets to disperse them. The violence left at least one person dead and dozens injured. The protests also targeted the military and civil installations, accusing them of orchestrating Khan's arrest and interfering in politics. In Lahore, a mob broke into the military corps commander's house and vandalized it. In Islamabad, protesters burned tires and blocked roads near the parliament. In Quetta, Karachi, and other cities, rallies and sit-ins were held in solidarity with Khan. The unrest triggered a nationwide shutdown of mobile data services and a suspension of flights and trains. The US and UK expressed concern over the situation and urged Pakistan to respect the rule of law and the Constitution. Khan's party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf (PTI), called for a peaceful resistance movement until he was freed. Khan was arrested on Tuesday at the High Court in Islamabad, where he was appearing on corruption charges that he says are politically motivated. He was ousted as prime minister in April last year and has been campaigning for early elections since then. He claims that the army chief is behind his downfall and that the current government is illegitimate. On Friday, the Supreme Court ruled that Khan's arrest was invalid and unlawful and ordered his immediate release. Khan returned to his residence in Lahore on Saturday morning, where he addressed the nation via video. He said that democracy in Pakistan was hanging by a thread and that the judiciary could save it. He also thanked his supporters for their courage and sacrifice. Imran Khan, the former Prime Minister of Pakistan, is facing arrest by the country's military on multiple corruption charges. But who is Khan and why is he in trouble? Khan was a cricket star who led Pakistan to its first and only World Cup victory in 1992. He retired from sports and entered politics in 1996, founding his own party, Pakistan Tehreek-e-Insaf PDI, which means Movement for Justice. Khan campaigned on a populist platform of fighting corruption, ending poverty, and improving education and health. He also criticized the military's role in politics and accused it of meddling in elections and supporting his rivals. In 2018, Khan became the prime minister after his party won the most seats in the parliamentary elections. He formed a coalition government with smaller parties and independents. However, his tenure was marred by economic woes, political instability, and security challenges. He faced protests from opposition parties, religious groups, and civil society over various issues, such as inflation, media freedom, and blasphemy laws. Khan also had a tense relationship with the military, which has ruled Pakistan for much of its history and still wields considerable influence over security and foreign policy. Khan accused the military of being behind an assassination attempt on him in 2020, when a bomb exploded near his convoy in Islamabad. He also blamed the military for orchestrating his ouster in 2021, when he lost a vote of confidence in parliament. Khan claimed that he was removed because he refused to compromise on his principles and challenged the status quo. He vowed to continue his struggle for justice and democracy and mobilized his supporters to protest against the military and the government. However, Khan also faced a barrage of legal cases against him and his party members. The National Accountability Bureau, NAB, an anti-corruption agency, accused him of involvement in a land deal that caused losses to the state exchequer. Khan denied the charges and said they were politically motivated. On May 9, 2023, Khan was arrested by paramilitary troops who stormed into a courthouse in Islamabad where he was appearing for a routine hearing. The dramatic arrest sparked widespread violence across Pakistan as Khan's supporters clashed with police and set fire to buildings. At least 9 people were killed and hundreds injured in the unrest. Khan's arrest has plunged Pakistan into a deeper political crisis and raised questions about its stability and security. It has also exposed the rift between Khan and the military, which many see as the real power behind the scenes. Khan's supporters see him as a rebel leader who stood up to the military and the establishment. They admire him for his charisma, courage, and honesty. They hope that he will be released soon and return to power. But Khan's critics see him as a failed leader who could not deliver on his promises and betrayed his own mandate. They accuse him of being arrogant, divisive, and irresponsible. They want him to face justice and accountability for his alleged crimes.